Hi guys, good morning. Let me share my screen. Today, what we need to discuss. Uh, Today, what we need to discuss. Home tab. Okay. Yesterday in home tab, we discussed like cut, copy, paste, right? Okay. Today, we need to discuss about format painter. What is that? Format painter. What is format painter will do? Do you know what is format painter will do? In Excel also same option will be there format painter. What it will do means, see here in Power BI, very important option is format painter. What this format painter will do means, if you want to change, if you want to apply the design part from one visual to another visual. Suppose, for example, you design the visual by using format option, right? Like a color, font, text, or anything you design it. Right? The same design I want to apply it for other visual. Then at that point of time, we have to use format painter. Otherwise, if the same design part, if you want to apply for each and every option, means it is time taking process, right? So instead of that, you have to use format painter. Okay. When you when you if you design one particular visual, then that design part of that particular visual, if you want to apply it for any other visual, with a single option, you can use format painter, you can apply the same design part of the visual to the another visual. Understand clearly? No? Let's see practically. Suppose what is that? Germany having a different color. And Mexico, and United States of America. Like this, I'm giving a color. Okay, I design whatever is required for me for this visual. First, if you want to apply format painter means first one visual you have to design. The same design part, if you want to apply it for other visual, then only format painter will work. Understand? Without designing anything, just to simply apply the format painter, nothing will happen. Understand? Design means where you can design any particular visual, where you can design any particular visual. Format is the format tab. Under format tab only any visual we can design. Design means cosmetic changes like color changing, title name, font, increase the font size, decrease the font size, or any other related things if you want to do. Then all the things we can apply it in format. Now I design this particular visual. The same visual I need to apply it for other visual. For this visual, I need right. See here. What you have to do, whatever visual you design, you have to select the visual first. Understand? Which visual you design, that visual you need to select it first. And after that, click on Format Painter. And either in the same page visual you can apply, or else in different page visual also you can apply this Format Painter. Understand or not? If suppose, for example, in this duplicate of page one page, having a different visuals are there, I want to apply for that one, you can apply it like that. Understand or not? If it is in different pages also, you can apply. Okay. First, you have to select this visual and click on Format Painter and go to that particular, either in the same page or in the different page. Go to that particular page and just click on that particular visual. Did you see? Design changes is applied or not? Same. Otherwise, if the format painter option is not there, what you have to do? You have to apply each and everything. It is a time-taking process, right? Go to the format and go to the respective tab and change the options and everything. It's a time-taking process. Instead of that one, format painter is the option you can apply it. Understand clearly, Anna? Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay, this is fun. But there is one drawback in Format Painter. Format Painter will works similar type of visuals. If it these are bars related one, right? For any bar related visuals, like suppose, for example, in build a tab, see all are having some bars are there. Or not? For any of these bar related visuals, you can apply the Format Painter, it will works. But suppose, for example, I'm taking a table visual. Okay. In this table visual, I'm taking a different columns here. Okay. And country, cogs, and brand discounts, all these things will be there. Okay. Can we apply the same design part from this visual to this visual? No, it is not possible because it is a different visuals, right? Okay. Because the format is not the same, similar. That's the reason it is not applied. Only this is applied for bar related, whatever, wherever the visuals are there, for all those, it is applied. Suppose if you select this one and click on Format Painter and apply to this particular, just click on this one. Is it anything is applied? Nothing. Understand clearly enough. Format painter will work for only similar type of visual. That means, suppose if you create any table visual, if you design any visual, table related visuals, what are all the visuals are there, for those visuals only that format painter. Table related visuals, you cannot apply for bar related visuals. It is. Understand clearly or not? Very, very important point. Understand? It will works only for a similar type of visuals. Understand clearly or not? Okay. So this is how it will works. Next one. What is the next option? What is the next option? Huh? Here, home tab from here to here, all are related to home tab only. Huh? You remove all these things. Huh? Get data. What is the next option? Get data. Very, very important. Listen carefully. Listen concentrated here. Very, very important. Okay. Get data. What is get data? Means if you want to connect with any data sources in Power BI under get data only data sources are available. That means if you want to load any data source data sets into Power BI, must and should whether the data source is available in get data or not, you have to check it first. Suppose you want to load SQL Server table data. Okay. That SQL Server data source is available in get data or not, you have to check it first. If it is there, then you can connect it and load the data into Power BI. That means if you want to load any data source data sets into Power BI means first you have to go to the get data and there itself you have to check whether your data source is available or not. If it is available, then only you can connect it. If it is not available, then you cannot load that particular data source data into Power BI. Remember this point. If you want to connect with any data source, data means must and should, you need to go to the get data option. Understand clearly or not? Get data is the only the option to connect with any of the data sources. Understand clearly or not? So here, when you click on get data, okay, you will see more option. Few data sources are available here. Few data sources are available here. When you click on more, all the data sources you can see which is there in Power BI. Okay. So see here, there are n number of data sources. If you scroll down, you will see n number of data sources. 200 plus data sources are available. Understand? 200 plus data sources are available. Understand clearly or not? 200 plus data sources are available. See here, in this one, you will see like Excel, CSV, XML, JSON, folder, PDF, like SharePoint, SQL Server, Oracle database, IBM DB2, and IBM Netezza, MySQL database, SAP HANA, Amazon Redshift, Google BigQuery, okay, Snowflake, ESS data flow, Azure SQL, Azure data blob storage. There are so many data sources are there. Okay. See here. If you want to connect with any of the data source, it's using scroll down is finding that a particular data source is very difficult, right? So you have to use search option. Whatever data source you want to connect with, that data source, whether it is there, by using this search option, you can find that particular data source immediately. Okay. HANA. Can I connect with HANA? See that? Understand clearly? SAP HANA database. Can I connect with Hadoop? See here. Find it. If it is not there, means you cannot load that particular data set data into Power BI. 100%. There is no other alternative also. In get data, what data sources are there? Those data source only we can connect it and we can load it. Don't worry. Most of the times in the market, what are all the data sources are there? Those all the data sources are available in this get data. Understand clearly, Aaron? So whenever you want to connect with any of the data source means under this get data only, you have to check it. What data source is there? That data source, you just need to connect it and load the data into Power BI. Understand clearly or not? Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not? See here. Okay. So whenever you want to connect with Excel workbook, okay. See here. See here, there are so many data are there. Excel workbook, CSV, XML, JSON, and folder, PDF, all these things, there are different data sources are available. Which data source you want to connect it by using this search option, you can find it and you can connect that one. Understand clearly? The first data source you need to connect is Excel workbook. What is that? Excel workbook. See here, this is the one. This Excel workbook always it is connected to your local Excels only. Vijay, my Excel is there in OneDrive. My Excel is there in SharePoint. My Excel is there in Google Sheet. Do I need to connect it means? By using this option, you cannot connect with those related one. If you want to connect with Google Sheet Excel means you have to connect with Google Sheet related data source. Understand clearly. So search it here, Google Sheet. See here, Google Sheet. You have to connect. If SharePoint Excel you want to connect it, then SharePoint data source you need to connect it like this. But if you use this Excel workbook means it is connected to your local Excels. Understand clearly. Online Excels are not connected using this option, Excel workbook option. Understand clearly. Na? That means in your local system, what Excels are there, those you need to connect it. See here. So select this particular data source. Which data source you want to connect it, must and should you need to select it in get data. Okay. And click on connect. Click on connect. Once you click on connect, which data source you want to load? That suppose, for example, I want to load this Excel data. I want to load this Excel data. Select that particular one. Click on open. That's it. Once you click on open, under that particular Excel, there are different sheets are there, right? Huh? There are different sheets are there or not? Those sheets data you need to connect it. See here, Vijay, this one you need to connect it or this one. Anything, both are same it is. Understand clearly? Na? Understand clearly? Na? See here. And this is the sheet name. Okay. This is the sheet name. This is a table under that particular sheet. See here. Once you connect with that particular Excel, you will see under that Excel what are all the different sheets are there. You can select that particular sheet and select that particular tables. After selecting the table, there are three options are there. How many options are there? Not only for this data source, for any data source, either SQL Server or Oracle, same. See, initially for that particular data source, you have to give the credentials. Suppose if you want to connect with SQL Server or Oracle, by default, it is asking some server name, database name, and everything. Once you give the server name and database name, then again this navigator window will open. In that navigator window only, you have to select the data set for any data source. That means this navigator window is common for all the data sources. Okay, suppose you connect with Azure. Azure related, how you need to connect with Azure in the browser by giving some credentials or something, right? After giving a credentials, once you log into this Azure related one, the same navigator window will open. In this navigator window only, you have to select whichever tables you require. Once you select the tables, suppose for example, you will see under that particular data source, you will see 10 data sets are there. Vijay, can we select all the 10 data sets once at a time? Is that possible? Yes. And once at a time, in the same data source, you can load n number of data set. But once at a time, we can load one data source data sets only. At a time, we cannot connect with multiple data source and load the data sets into Power BI. It is not possible. Okay, one after the other, you can connect with the different data source and load that one. But whatever the data source you connected in that data source, you can select n number of data sets. They are all required. Understand clearly? Na? Okay. So select the data set and you will see three options. Okay. How many options are there? Three options are there. What are those? Load, transform data, cancel. Load, transform data, cancel. Okay. Load means whichever data set you are selected, that those related data sets are loaded into Power BI model. Those data sets are loaded into Power BI model. Model. Okay. Suppose, for example, if whichever data sets you selected on those data set, if you want to do any modifications on the data, must and should you need to go to transform data, or we can call it as Power Query. What are those called? Power Query Power Pivot, Power View, components of the Power BI. Understand? Whichever data sets we selected on those data sets, if you want to do any modifications, must and should, you have to go to transform data. If no modification, then what option? Huh? Load. If there is no modifications on the data set, you have to click on load. Load will directly load it into Power BI model it is. Okay. Because what are all the modification options are there in transform data, the same options are not available in the Power BI model. So that's the reason must and should you need to go to transform data and do the modifications on the data set. If no modifications, directly click on load. Understand clearly? Cancel means the connection will be disconnected. It means what is the data source you are connecting? What is the data source you are connecting? What is the data source you are connecting? Excel, right? That connection will be disconnected. The data source connection will be disconnected. Understand? See here, just cancel it. Okay. Understand clearly? Is that clear or not? See, even here also Excel workbook is there. Same connecting with your local Excel. That means sometimes you are able to see your data sources outside of the get data also. Both are same. Understand clearly? And very, very important point is everyone is thinking like when you are connecting with local Excels, each sheet will create one data set. Every Power BI trainer is explaining this one. This is correct only. Along with that, they want to explain one more important point. Because 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 in Excel, in one sheet itself, you can create n number of tables. You can prepare n number of tables. In one sheet itself, you can prepare n number of tables. Those all the tables we can load it into Power BI. It is possible. Understand clearly or not? In one sheet, if one table is there, that is fine. Okay. But along with that, but along with that, okay, in one sheet, sometimes we are preparing multiple tables also. Okay. Those tables also we can load it into Power BI. That means when Power BI is connected with any of the data source, which is table related one, it will directly pick that particular data set and load the data into Power BI. Let's see with example. Mm. See here, this is an Excel. In this Excel, how the data will be there, I will explain to you. Listen carefully. Okay. See, maybe next after 2 months, I'm conducting data analytics workshops. That is completely free. Please join into that one. Like Power BI, SQL Server, Excel, and Python related one also. So don't compare Python related one like uh, other trainers to my training. Okay. My training is completely different. Everyone is saying Python is very, very difficult, but it is very, very dead easy one. Okay. We don't know. We are preparing the documents. Okay. Like for Python related one, which is easy to understand, which easy to write any type of coding into that one. Now we are preparing a document. Power BI document is completely completed. Now we are preparing a document on SQL Server. SQL Server without going to any of the any of the SQL Server training classes. By seeing my document, you can know each and everything, how to write the queries and everything. That means if you have a zero knowledge, with the zero knowledge, my document will you expertise in SQL Server. Not only this one, even Python document also I'm preparing. In future, it will comes to you. Okay. So we are conducting data analytics workshop. Not now, I will intimate you. So 2 to 3 weeks workshops will be there. Okay, only Saturday classes, 2.5 hours or 2 hours it will be there. Just it is completely free. Okay, please join into those workshops. Then you will have a complete clarity. You know, even when compared to Power BI, Python is very, very dead easy one. But way of explanation is completely different. So that's the reason they don't know how to give the training in Python related one, because suddenly suppose you didn't have any knowledge in coding part. Once you jump into the coding one, you're confusing. Okay. So who doesn't have any idea on coding related one, who are not interested in coding one, first non-coding related technologies they need to focus, and then you can focus on coding related. Remember this point. Vijay, before going to join my Power BI classes, everyone else asking this question. Can I join Python and after joining to Power BI? No, don't choose like that. There is an hierarchy will be there in data analytics. First Excel, after that Power BI, after that SQL Server, after that Python. Because SQL Server will give you some coding part it is. Okay. In that coding part, okay, how to write it, how to write the logic. The same logic we are implementing on Python later on. Okay. So suddenly, if you start beginning itself, it is a Python means it's totally you're confusing. It's very, very difficult for you. First, you need to focus on non-coding related. That means Excel, Power BI, SQL Server, and then Python. Okay. Even see here, even SQL Server also. This we are preparing this SQL Server. Okay, document. Did you see my Power BI document? Okay, user friendly, right? Easy to understand, right? Each and every option, whatever class will be there, the same presentation will be there in the Power BI document. Okay. This week also I will share the document. Okay. Same thing. If you are not attending my classes either in Power BI or SQL Server, don't worry. Just refer my videos or refer my document. You will have a complete clarity on the particular tool it is. It's a user-friendly document. See here. In SQL Server also. See here. Step-by-step installation process. Once you install, once you install SQL Server, how to open SSMS? See here. After installing SSMS, then click on search bar option, taskbar. Even how to write the commands also will clearly explain to you in this document. See here. Okay. How to write a commands in the query window. Okay. How it is executed. Okay. How to open the execute window. How to close that one. Each and every point in the document it will be there. Okay. Understand clearly. Till it is not completed, it is under progress. It is. Once it is completed, then we'll share those related ones. Okay. Don't force me. Don't ping me multiple times, Vijay, when it will be completed. SQL Server document or somewhat it is. Is that easy to prepare a document? Putting a screenshot, highlighting the things, how to present, and whatever we are presenting, that you are able to understand. One document, Power BI document, for preparing Power BI document by my own preparing, 8 months it will take. Once the document is prepared, two, three times I need to review, and after that I need to send it to the different students and where it is modification. Then final document is going to release. This is what it is happening. It's not a simple thing to manage all these things. Did you see how many screenshots are there? Maintaining screenshots are very, very difficult. You don't know that point. See here, where which option you have to highlighting that one and this part. And so whenever you take the screenshot will occupy more space. You need to take less space and all these things. It's not a easy one. You guys know all these things. Okay. Don't forcefully pinging like night time, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Uh, Sitting with your friends at that point of time, Vijay. I want SQL Server document. I want this document. Don't do this one. Okay. When it is completed, I will share the complete Power BI document. But SQL Server document, once the review part is completed, then only I can share it. Not only this one, even Python also I'm preparing like this only. When the data analytics part is started, then Python also. Complete Python. If you join my Python classes, okay. So how you are able to understand Power BI related, same manner it will be there. Python is the easiest tool when compared to the Power BI, but they don't know how to teach it. So that's the reason so many students are facing a problem. But I want to rectify. So many students are requesting to take Python related classes. But we'll see in the data analytics, we need to cover all these things. Okay. So there is a workshops are there. I will intimate you when the workshops will be conducted at that point of time without missing anything. Attend those related one. Okay. Vijay, I'm having a, I need to go to my hometown. Can you repeat the same class in the next week itself? Huh? What is this here? Don't ask like this. Understand? When the workshops are conducted at that point of time, you are able to listen. That's it. If you are missing, I cannot do anything on that one. You need to just connect with Naresh IT. If the videos are available, they will provide to you. If they are not providing means I cannot do. Not repetition won't happen to this one. Understand? See here, in this, when you are connecting with Excel, everyone is saying this point only. One sheet, one data set. That is, that is not the exact reason. In under the sheet itself, you can prepare n number of data sets. This is an example. See here. Suppose I have data tab is there. And what is another sheet name? Other data. Okay. In data tab, in data tab, okay. If you see this one, you will see some images. Okay. Some images will be there. In Excel, anything we can prepare. When you attend my Excel related workshop, you will understand how to create all these things. You can not only just for creating a table, we can do so many things. If you know properly what is Excel and everything, you no need to prepare Power BI, because as it is options will be there, as it is functions will be there. So even if you don't know Excel also, don't worry, because I'm teaching Power BI, right? So you understand each and every point, what is Excel options and everything. Understand? Or else if you are attending my Excel related workshop, is it, you will have a clarity on the complete one. Understand? Here, in this data sheet, you will see some designs are there here, some images they are placing here, and along with that, they are preparing a table also. Did you see the table? This is that one table. Here only one table is there. This, whatever the table is, this table is there. This table, whenever we are pulling this particular sheet, this table automatically loaded into Power BI. Understand clear? But when you go to the other data, in one sheet itself, did you see multiple tables or not? Did you see multiple tables or not? Product related one, and here geo location related one, and everything. There are different tables are there in this other data. Okay. And whichever table you required, that related one, you can load it. See here. Now, that means under the sheet, if it is multiple tables are there, those all the tables also loaded into Power BI. Remember this one. Understand? But under the sheet itself, when you are preparing multiple tables, those all the tables, that means after preparing a tables, those tables must and should you need to convert it as format as a table. Remember, don't forget this option. Then only Power BI will recognize as a table. Otherwise, it is not possible. See, in one sheet itself, if you prepare a table, no need to convert as a format table. Format as a table. Understand? In Excel, in one sheet itself, if you prepare one data set, no need to convert as format as a table in Excel it is. But in one sheet itself, if you maintain multiple tables, if you maintain multiple tables, so each and every table must and should you need to convert it as a format as a table. Understand clearly. Don't forget this one. Then only Power BI will recognize that is a table. Understand clearly? Not in under the sheet, whenever you are preparing multiple tables, okay, after preparing a tables, you know what is a table, right? What columns and rows, whatever you require, those all you need to prepare first. Once you prepare, that table must and should you need to convert it as format as a table. How to convert format as a table in Excel is whatever table, suppose this is a table, right? Select this table like this. And here in this, in home tab in Excel, home tab is there. Under the, did you see format as a table or not? In this one, any template you can check. Any template. It's not compulsory to choose this one or this one or this one or any template you can choose whatever you require. Then only the table is converted into format as a table format. It is converted into table format. Then Power BI will recognize under the sheet whichever tables are in format as a table. Those are all are treated as one data set. Understand clearly? Very, very important. If suppose in one sheet, if you have only one table, you no need to convert as format table. Automatically Power BI will recognize one table it is. Understand clearly or not? Now, when you pull this particular data, see, suppose for example, the same Excel I'm pulling here. See here. Now, in that Excel, how many sheets are there? How many sheets are there? Huh? Two sheets only it is there. But here, how many data sets are there? I told you the difference between data sets and sheets, right? Okay. If before the name, if it is in a table icon, did you see? These are the data set. Before the name, if the symbols are like this, these are sheet names. Sheet names. Understand? Which you need to load? Data sets, not the sheet names. Okay. So see here, locations, people, products, sales. But you have only two sheets only. But under the sheet, there are multiple tables, right? Those Power BI will recognize because all the tables you are converted into format as a table, right? So easily Power BI will recognize format as a table. Understand clearly or not? Okay. So in this one, which data sets you required? Those you need to select it. Suppose, for example, I want locations, I want peoples. Okay. You have to check all these things. Okay. And now it's not compulsory to load all the tables. Which tables you require, those tables you need to select. If you require only one table, you can check only one table. If you require two tables, you can check two tables. Okay. Suppose, for example, I'm loading all the tables. These are the tables, right? So I'm loading and click on load. If modifications are required, you have to use. Then see here. Whatever the data sets are loaded, those data sets are available under which tab? Data tab. I told you, right? Don't forget it. These are minimum things you remember all the things. See this is the data tab, right? Under the data tab only, all the data sets, whichever data sets you loaded into Power BI, those are available here. Did you see? Understand clearly now? Is that clear or not? When you expand any of the data set under that, you will see the what are these? What are these? Huh? This is a table name. What are these? Column names. These are column names. These are column names. If you want to see the data of this particular data set, where you need to see? Huh? Very good. What is that? Which tab? table view tab. Huh? Is my class is sleepy? Hmm? Concentrated here. Listen carefully. Understand clearly or not? This is how you can load the Excel related. Next one is, what is the next option? See, in this course itself, we are explaining 5 data sources. In that Excel, blank query, SQL server, okay, and like folder, okay. Understand clearly or not? Other related data source also it will be there. I will tell you each and everything. Only 5. Vijay, it is 200 is there. You are explaining only 5. If whenever I want to work with any organization, other than these 5 data source, if it is there, then how to know how to connect to that particular data? See, whenever in Power BI, connecting to the data source is 2 minutes. Either if you don't know also, you need to know how to connect to that particular data source. Okay. If they are giving an access to you, then you are able to easily connect with that particular data source, etc. Even if you don't know, just by Google it or YouTube, you can connect with how to connect with the data source and load the data into. Once you load the data into Power BI, you know what are all the operations we can do it in Power BI, right? Okay, only have to know to connect how to connect with the data. No need to learn the complete course it is. Suppose Vijay, in my project, they are using Power BI, Power BI data sources Azure. That means, do I need to learn Azure? Not required. There is a separate people will be there for Azure related one. Okay. They will give an access to you. Once they will give an access, you just need to connect with it. If you don't know, just Google it how to connect with that one. Within 2 minutes, you can connect with that particular data source and know. If I covered all the 200 data source means it will take 4 months course it is. And it some are licensed one. It's not completely free for all the things. That's the reason we are covering only 5 data sources and covering each and every option in Power BI desktop. Understand? Next one is we need to connect with the SQL Server data source. What is that? What is SQL Server? SQL Server is a database. Okay. Today onwards, SQL Server classes will be started. It is almost 17 to 20 classes will be there for SQL Server. Listen carefully, very, very important SQL Server database because most of the organizations are frequently using a tool called SQL Server database. Okay. So not only Power BI, for other related one also SQL Server is very, very useful. And when compared to the other SQL trainings, my SQL training is completely different. Each and every point with what queries it is executed, with what queries it is not executed, why it is not executed. Those are all the things, each and every point I will explain to you. Listen carefully. Understand? Today onwards, not Power BI classes, SQL Server classes up to 17 classes SQL Server. Once it is completed, again we need to start Power BI related one. Understand clearly? So, first of all, what is SQL Server? SQL Server is a database. What is the purpose of database? What is the purpose of database? If you want to store the data in a table format in a secure manner, then servers are used. See, anyone can hack any type of application because the applications are available in the browser itself. The source code is there. That's the reason so many people are hacked that particular application. But servers, no one can hack it because servers are there in the local system. Okay, it is a not online one. It is a local system. That's the reason always servers are secure. Okay. So users data is very highly confidential, right? So that's the reason if the users data, if you want to store the data in a secure format and in a secure manner in table format, if you want to store, so databases are used. There are in the market, there are n number of databases out there. Understand? SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL, Hadoop, HANA, okay, and like Snowflake, Azure SQL, all these are. See, one advantage in SQLs in database is if you learn one database, no need to learn other related databases because all databases are following RDBMS. That means relational database management. So that's the reason if you write the select query in SQL Server, the same select query with the same syntax will be there in Oracle also, Hadoop also, HANA also. But the environments are different. Okay. SQL servers queries are writing in SSMS, but Oracle client, like that, they're different environment. But whatever queries we are writing, the same queries are executed in other related database. So some are case sensitive, some are not case sensitive. Understand? So same as it is, you have to follow. If it is in capital letter, that is called case sensitive. Okay. But SQL server is not a case sensitive. Either in small letter you can write it executed, either in capital letter also it is executed the same query. Understand? It's not compulsory to write in a small letter or in capital letter in SQL server, I'm saying. In SQL server, all are in SQL server, all S it is a it is not a case sensitive. It is not a case sensitive. Case sensitive means how the syntaxes will be there, same as it is you have. If the syntax is in capital letter, small letter you have to write. That is called case sensitive. But SQL server is not a case sensitive. That means in any manner you can write either in small letter or in capital letter. But suppose, for example, the data is stored in capital letter. But if you are writing the queries within in the small letter, even though it is executed in SQL server. Understand clearly or not? Okay, if you want to store the secure data in a table format, must and should we have to use databases. Database is very important. Very important in you. See, if you want to survive in IT industry more than 15 years means you required one database, one reporting tool, one front end tools. These are the thing. One cloud is required. One cloud is required. Minimum four skills you require to survive in the IT industry more than 10 years. With one skill, it's very difficult to survive in any of the company. Even if you are facing interview also, they are finding to search who are having more than one skill. Even if you are very good in SQL server also, if I'm like okay, SQL, I have the skills like a Power BI SQL server, and she is having SQL server. Okay, when she is expert in SQL server, even though they are recruiting me only. Why? Because even though I have a basic knowledge in Power BI SQL server, they are recruiting because I have more than one skill. Understand? So that's the reason. Sometimes they want to work with multiple technologies in multiple projects. They want to see who are having more than one technology. Understand clearly or not? So that's the reason. Very important point is you need to learn more than one technology. At least you have, if you want to survive in abroad, okay, in any of the country. Okay, minimum four skills are required. Okay, India is the cheapest country to teach you anything on this one. And compared to the other countries, India is the cheapest country to teach all the IT related technologies. Okay, that too, Naresh Institute is the best one. Understand clearly or not? Okay, so that's the reason learn multiple skills. Okay, and then only you can survey. Don't put with the one skill you cannot survey with. Understand? So what is SQL server? SQL server is a database. That means which you can store the data in a secure manner in a table format. Understand clearly enough? For that, SQL server is used. In SQL server, all databases are following only one thing, that is RDBMS, Relational Database Manager. So that's the reason whenever you write any select query, the same select query will runs in other related databases also. Understand clearly? Same as it is, it will work. Okay, so that's the reason if you learn one database, if you already know any database related, no need to learn SQL server because easy to understand all this thing. Understand clearly. But SQL server is not a software because I told you, right? Server always work it on your local system only. Okay, that means SQL server also we need to install in your local system. Not SQL server doesn't have anything on the online. It is understand clear. It is there in the local system. Understand? Let's see how to first we need to install how to install SQL server and then you can from today onwards up to 17 to 18 classes for SQL Server classes only. Listen carefully, very, very important. I will explain you each and every point in SQL Server. Listen. See, even see here. I prepare the for installing SQL Server. I prepare a documentation. Based on the document, we need to see here. So don't worry. Today itself, I will share this document in the Google Classroom. Just download this document and see based on the whatever steps I mentioned here, just to follow the steps based on that you need to install it, our SQL server. Understand clearly or not? Okay. See here. This is SQL server related installation one. Okay. I'm not giving more introduction on SQL server. Don't waste our time. Okay. If you want to clarity and more SQL server related one, then you need to join my full stack SQL server. Understand? Okay. So for installing SQL Server is connect. That means you need to. It is a software. That means you need to run it on your local system only. Understand or not? How Power BI it is similar like that. SQL Server is also a software that you have to run it on your local system. So for installing SQL Server, just to follow these are the steps. Hmm? See here. Just to follow. See here, what are the steps are I mentioned? Go to the browser, paste below URL. Okay. See here. In the whatever the document steps are there, with the same steps I am following and I'm doing the installation part. Just to follow this one. But this year completely changed. I think completely template is changed. Mhm. Okay. Oh, I need to change the screenshots also. Scroll down, you will see SQL Server 2022 developer. Yes. See here. when you when I whatever link I provided with that link, if you scroll down, okay, here it is there. If you scroll down, did you see SQL Server 2022 developer? Not only 20. If suppose for example after 2 years, um, definitely this year is changed, right? They are going to release 2024 related or 2025 related one, like that. Don't think Vijay, the worst question students are asking is, Vijay, in the screenshot 2022 is there, but in this particular downloads, it 2022 is not there. What can I do? Array, like at the time of preparing that particular document, it is the version is this is the one 2022 version. Like every time the version changes, right? Based on the version, you have to follow the term. But the same option related one, you have to click on download. See here, just click on download. Once you click on download, automatically it is downloaded into your local system. It is under downloads folder. So this is the one. See here. Okay. So whenever you click on the download, see here, there is a name called SQL 2022 SSEI Dev. That means this is a server it is. Now you have to install this server. See here, in the same document also I mentioned like this only. Okay. See here, in the document also clearly it is mentioned, right? What is that one? SQL 2022 SSEI Dev only it is there. Okay. Now what you have to do? Double click on this one. You have to install that particular server. This is a server. First, you have to install the server. After that, you have to install another software called SSMS. Understand clearly? Not? See here. If you double click on this one, click on. So don't click on no. S only. Okay. What is the option? See here. Just to follow this one. What is the option you have to choose? Basic. See. After that, see here. Just to follow the document. What is that one? Accept. After that, see here in this document, what it will be there? Install. Click on install. It is going to install all the things. Then immediately, once it is done, see here. This is the final window it will display. Okay. Until that, see here, all the supported files are going to install. Understand clearly or not? Okay. This one you need to install. Once it is installed, the final window is this is the one. This is the window it will appear. Until that, you have to wait for that one. Understand clearly or not? Next one, you have to, once this window will appear, then you have to install another software called SSMS, SQL Server Management Studio. The data you are storing in server it is, but where you are writing a commands is SSMS. Must and should you require the software. Server is for storing. SSMS is for writing the queries and everything. Understand? From there, whatever queries you are writing, those are all it will be stored under the server it is. Understand clear? So that's the reason we required SSMS. See here, this window is open or not? See here, the same window is open. Now what you have to do? Just to follow the document. Okay. Once you get at this window, don't close the above window. That means don't close this window. Okay. What you have to do, you have to use this particular link again to install SSMS. That means you need to download SSMS software. Just in the browser itself, you have to place that one. Okay. Scroll down. You will see an option called, this is the software which you can download it. In the document, it will be there in a different way. Download SSMS. Complete all the things are changed here. Mm, See here, you have to click on this particular link, SSMS 21. Vijay, in the screenshot 21, after installing Vijay, there is a 22, 23, it is there. What is the latest version that you have to download it here? Don't raise these. This is one of the question. Okay. In the screenshot, before the screenshot, at the time of preparing a document, 19 is the version. Now it is like 21, it is like that, it will be there, right? So whatever the version it is there, SSMS 21 or 22 or 24, whatever it is, that related one, you have to install that one. Understand clearly or not? Huh? See here, when you click on this one, Visual Studio is installed. Where is this software? Still, me. Awesome. What? What is this? They are clicking. Oh, okay. Visual Studio SSMS. One second. Mm. This is, yeah. So tomorrow I will explain you this installation because the complete template is changed. Okay. The installation completely it is changed. So I will prepare a documentation. Tomorrow I will explain to you again how to install SSMS and everything. Understand clearly or not? Okay. So we can stop it here and we'll continue tomorrow. Okay. I guess. Online team, anyone having any doubts or anything is there? Okay. So we can stop it here and we'll continue tomorrow, I guess.